Football never loses its charm, especially when fixtures across leagues offer a mixture of clear favourites, balanced contests, and tightly fought battles where margins decide everything. Today's games bring together powerhouses ready to assert dominance, mid-table teams striving to upset the odds, and evenly matched sides battling for every point. What unites them all is the story of form, consistency, and tactical discipline, which allows us to make confident predictions. These are not guesses but reasoned outcomes rooted in how these teams consistently perform. Napoli vs Pisa, correct score 2-0, a Napoli win. Napoli step into today's fixture with authority and composure. Against Pisa, the difference in quality is immediately apparent. Napoli's command of possession, their ability to move the ball quickly into dangerous areas, and their composure in finishing mean they will inevitably dictate the rhythm. Pisa may defend deep and look to frustrate, but their lack of cutting edge going forward limits any chance of an upset. A 2-0 scoreline reflects control rather than chaos, Napoli to score in either half, to hold the ball for long stretches, and to prevent their visitors from finding any real foothold. Confidence here is absolute. Napoli are built to win these fixtures with efficiency, and today should be no exception. Galatasaray vs Konyaspor, correct score 3-0, Galatasaray win and over 1.5 goals. Galatasaray at home represent one of the most formidable forces in Turkish football. Facing Konyaspor, they have every advantage, superior depth, attacking intensity, and the backing of passionate supporters who expect dominance. A 3-0 result is not merely possible but highly probable. Galatasaray are consistent in breaking down defensive sides, and once the first goal is scored, the pressure only multiplies. Konyaspor will try to stay compact, but over 90 minutes, the difference in class will show. Over 1.5 goals is a certainty in this context. Galatasaray will create chance after chance, and it is difficult to imagine the visitors holding firm. The confidence is clear, this is a statement home win in the making. Pharco vs Masry, correct score 0-1, Masry win. This is the kind of fixture where patience and discipline pay off. Pharco will not roll over, they will defend in numbers, slow the tempo, and try to frustrate their opponents. Yet Masry have the edge in balance and resilience. They know how to manage games like this, keeping possession when necessary, applying pressure at the right times, and waiting for their chance. A 1-0 away victory fits the script perfectly, not a free-flowing contest, but one where Masry's organization and sharpness decide the outcome. Confidence in this prediction comes from the contrast between Pharco's lack of attacking bite and Masry's ability to capitalize on fine margins. It is precisely the sort of fixture Masry turn into 3 points. Sporting CP vs Moreirense, correct score 2-0, Sporting CP win. When Sporting CP play at home, there is a sense of inevitability about their control. Moreirense are disciplined, but they lack the tools to challenge Sporting's defensive line consistently. Sporting thrive in matches like this, dominating possession, pushing their full-backs high, and creating waves of pressure. A 2-0 scoreline captures the reality of how these games unfold: sustained superiority, 2 or more goals to establish comfort, and a clean sheet to underline authority. Sporting rarely allow complacency in such fixtures, and today should be no different. Confidence here lies not just in their attacking firepower but in their ability to suffocate opponents who lack the creativity to fight back. Petrojet vs Ghazl Mehalla, correct score 1-1, over 1.5 goals. This clash promises balance, but not boredom. Petrojet and Ghazl Mehalla are well matched, both capable of moments of pressure but equally vulnerable to lapses. Petrojet will push at home, looking to control midfield and force openings, but Mehalla's experience ensures they will not go quietly. Predicting a 1-1 draw feels both safe and confident. Each side has enough to score once, and the pace of the game will create at least 2 goals overall. Over 1.5 goals looks locked in, not because of free-flowing brilliance but because of shared ambition and mistakes at both ends. Confidence in this prediction stems from the patterns of such encounters: competitive, physical, but ultimately shared spoils. Millwall vs Watford, correct score 1-1, over 1.5 goals. In the Championship, Matches like Millwall versus Watford are defined by intensity and balance rather than clear dominance. Both sides possess enough attacking ability to find the net, but neither has shown the consistency to fully control a game like this. A 1-1 draw fits the competitive spirit perfectly, Millwall to use their home energy to push forward, Watford to respond with counter-attacks and set pieces, and the contest to balance out. Over 1.5 goals feels inevitable, as neither side is flawless defensively, and both have enough spark to make the scoreboard move. Confidence is strong in this call, the styles of play almost guarantee both teams will score once, leaving them to settle for a point each. Together, today's matches highlight a spectrum of outcomes rooted in logic and consistency. Napoli's 2-0 win showcases superiority and control. Galatasaray's 3-0 triumph confirms dominance and goal-scoring power. Al-Masry's narrow 1-0 success emphasizes discipline. Sporting CP's 2-0 victory reflects composure and assurance. Petrojet's 1-1 draw with Ghazl Mehalla underlines balance and competitiveness. Millwall's 1-1 stalemate with Watford mirrors the intensity of England's second tier. Confidence unites these predictions. The scorelines may appear modest at times, but they reflect the reality of how these sides play, how they control matches, and how patterns of form consistently repeat themselves. Today promises goals, discipline, and a mix of tight battles and commanding wins. These calls are not mere speculation, they are grounded in the rhythm of football as it unfolds week after week.